What's up, you guys? It's Glenn. Today, I thought I'd share something that hopefully can help some of you all that are looking to moving out onto your own homestead. I know when I was living in the city, I was constantly dreaming about being out in the country and doing all the cool things that you are able to do. But there's a ton of things that you can do that can help prepare you to have your own homestead. So today I'm going to be sharing 10 things that you can do right now to get closer to your country dream. Number one, start practicing self-sufficiency, like gardening or cutting firewood or fixing your own cars or learning to take care of animals. Some of the things that me and my wife did while we were in the city, we started our own garden, had our own raised bed. We started to learn to raise vegetables, and that really helped us kind of have a head start whenever we moved out to our place out in the country. I've always known how to work on cars and fix cars and stuff like that, so that's definitely helpful. And then I love cutting firewood. I was already into cutting firewood when I lived in the city, and obviously that just expanded whenever I moved out into the country. Number two, plan your property, your homestead, how big, what you want to do on it, what kind of property do you want? Do you want to start from scratch? How many animals do you want to have? Do you want to have animals? Do you want to have a huge garden? All of those things are going to dictate how big of a piece of property you're going to want to get. And then do you want to start from scratch? Wow, this one is a very important one. If you're working a full-time job like I am, it makes a huge difference if you can start off with a house already built and a barn, and then water or fencing and stuff like that. If you are working a full-time job and you're planning on trying to build a house or fencing or a barn at the same time, that's going to be difficult. I'm not saying that's impossible. You can definitely make that happen if you push towards it. I'm just saying, think about it before you jump into it. Just a little tidbit of advice. 3, do your homework. Learn everything that it takes to implement your plans in your area. Crops that will grow in your area, where to source things, what breeds of animals do you want it to grow, and then learn about ag exemptions and what are the requirements in your area. For ag exemptions, it's different requirements by each county. Obviously every different state is different, and then every county within your state is also different. Number 4, talk to people that live in the country already. You can gain a wealth of knowledge from people that have already done it before you. I know this sounds like an obvious one, but so many people don't do this, including myself. I did not do enough of this before we moved out to the country. Thankfully, we have some really great neighbors, and I met some really great people around here that have been a great wealth of knowledge for me, especially learning how to take care of animals, livestock. Be thinking about those things and ask questions. And particularly if you can find somebody that lives out in the country near where you're gonna be, that can be really helpful. Number 5, search and find areas you'd like to move. How far from your work? And do you need to find a new job or business? Do you have kids? Where would they go to school? Or would you homeschool? So this was a big one for me, y'all. I decided that I was willing to have a little bit longer commute. I have about a 10-15 minute longer commute because we moved where we are. But it is so worth it to me, y'all, to be able to pull down my driveway and pull onto what I consider our sanctuary, our piece of land that my kids can just run all over and we can just enjoy, and they can grow up here. I love it, and it just fills me up with energy. But you need to think about that. If you're willing to commute, that's an important one. And if you're not, what are you going to do for your job? You can look at other jobs that are closer to your place that you want to live out in the country, or if you are looking to start a business, or you already own your own business, can you move it? Will you be able to get clientele in your new area? And then with your kids, if you have kids, is there a school nearby? Is there a bus system nearby? Number 6, save up money. So I may have already mentioned this before, but it costs a lot of money to live out on a homestead or a farm or a ranch. It always costs more than you think it's going to cost, from fencing to water infrastructure to barns and tools and All of these things cost money, so save up plenty of money and be thinking about all the different costs that you'll incur whenever you move out to the country. Number 7, and this really comes from the last one, and that is pay off debt. Y'all, if you plan on living out in the country and living on a homestead and becoming more self-sufficient, part of being self-sufficient is not being in debt to anyone else, because it just allows you, it keeps you so free to be able to do basically what you want to do. You do not want to be a slave to the lender. So number 8, increase your income. This could mean you in your job are looking for pushing towards a promotion or a raise, but if your expenses are going to go up as a result of you moving out onto a piece of property, you need to work towards increasing your income. And that can also mean maybe you have a side hustle that's going on already in the city and you can expand that whenever you move out to the country. For me, I like to split and cut firewood. I just enjoy that in general, and I also sell firewood as well. Number 9, and this one is also one that I'm passionate about, and that is gathering tools and equipment. You want to be able to have the tools to fix your own car or truck or tractor. If you have a lot of trees, you're going to need chainsaws, you're going to need shovels, you're going to need rakes. You can get by without a tractor, but man, a tractor is a force multiplier. If you plan on doing a lot of gardening or upkeeping your driveway is a big one too. If you have to box blade your driveway like I do, having a tractor with a box blade is very, very helpful. So just be thinking about your property that you're going to want to upkeep, and then think about the tools that you'll need in order to do that. And then number 10, which goes along with what I'm talking about, learning about land management. Obviously, living on a quarter acre or third acre in the city doesn't exactly get you ready to what keeping up a huge property. It's different mowing a little patch of grass versus mowing acres of land. That's a different story. And then having hundreds or thousands of trees as opposed to having 2 or 3 or 4 trees. That's a big difference. The time commitment too that you're going to need to put towards that. Long story short, be thinking about land management and learning about land management. There's tons of videos out there on that. There's books about that. My main intention with this video is, I know a lot of y'all that may watch a video like this, maybe living in the city, and you dream of living out on a piece of property. And I just want to say, for those of you that that's a reality for, I want you to know that you can do it and you can make it a reality if you push hard enough. And if that is your dream, go for it. That was my dream. That has been my dream for, well, since I was a young boy. I always dreamed of having a place out in the country, and I made it a reality. And you can too. It will require some work, but you can make it happen. And I just want to encourage y'all that are looking at doing that, make it happen. And if there's anything that I can do to help answer any questions or speak to that, please let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to talk about those kind of things, because that is what I've been passionate about for many years, and I'm hoping that this can help some of you guys that are looking to do that as well. But that's all I've got for today, y'all. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, you guys, get outside and do something you love.